Hi, I'm Eric Summerer, and here's what's coming from the Dice Tower this week.
Hey folks, welcome to the news for February 11th, 2013. I hope that you guys are having a great week, especially those of you up in the northeast of the United States have been hit by a blizzard. I hope things warm up for you soon. Okay, well, lots of things to talk about. First of all, our Kickstarter ends tomorrow, so if you wanted to get involved with that, here is your last chance to do so. We appreciate all of those of you who have enjoyed it. I put up a video on the site where you can find out more information about us closing that down. Now, if you guys like what you listen to here, but you just want to listen to it, you can always go to dicetoweraudio.com. I put up audio of each news segment and then select reviews that we do throughout the week. Like last week I did our top 10 cooperative games list, and I did the Batman Gotham City, Miami Dice, so you can go and listen to just the audio for those there. Also, Remy Gibson, 3 days a week, every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, has a podcast. Folks, if you're not subscribed to this, you're missing out. 5 to 10 minutes, 3 times a week, find out the board gaming news on the spot, on the double. Remy does a fantastic job there. Well, speaking of news, let's take a look at it. Some really cool stuff happened in the board gaming world this week. Let's see, the Fantasy Flight gave some more details on their new expansion for Blood Bowl, Sudden Death, which stars undead people. WizKids has announced a new game called Connect with Pieces. Now, they haven't shown a lot of what it is, but it's kind of like using puzzle pieces, putting them together, but you can put them together in different ways to score points. It's designed by one of the heads of NECA and also Mike Elliott, who was involved with a lot of great games like Thunderstone and Quarriors. So it'll be interesting to find out more about this. They mentioned theming Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit and Twilight. Oh, well, not everything can be a winner. Then WizKids also announced the newest expansion for Quarriors, Quartifacts, which has larger dice, these Quartifacts that you can get. Ooh, sounds interesting. Coming this summer. Gen Con announced that they have sold like crazy, that they have added 20,000 more footage to their exhibitor room. The whole exhibitor hall is sold out already. They have like 50% more events. They've sold out of all their VIG badges. Their pre-registration is up. I mean, they are doing fantastic. So start making your plans now to go there. Of course, I don't know why you also wouldn't check out Dice Tower Con, which is at dicetowercon.com. It's in Orlando this July. Be there. Let's see. And then Descent has announced, or Fantasy Flight has announced a new expansion for Descent, the Labyrinth of Ruin. This is exciting. It's a bigger box with more quests, more monsters, more map pieces. Very much looking forward to that. I have 2 hot stories of the week. I couldn't decide which one of these I wanted to make the hot story because I thought they were both really interesting, so tie. Greater Than Games, who has made this wonderful game, Sentinels of the Multiverse, a great superhero cooperative card game, deck building. Not deck building, each one has their own deck, but their new game is a deck building cooperative game, and that's called Galactic Strike. Now, this is a game in which, or Galactic Strike Force, I'm sorry. This is a game in which you are playing not heroes, but you're playing scoundrels. Although, I'm thinking from reading the description, it's more like Han Solo type scoundrels, or Talon Card. Cooperative deck building game, like I said, in space. And they even, they haven't given a lot of details, but I'm very excited about it. They even said optional miniatures. What could this mean? We'll have to wait and see. The other big news, and this has been something that we knew was probably going to happen, but Fantasy Flight Games has announced Gear World: The Borderlands. Now, this is a reprint, reimagining, revising of a very old game called Borderlands. Now, Borderlands was designed by the same creative team that made the fantastic game Cosmic Encounter. Peter Lotka, Bill Eberly, and Jack Kittredge. They designed Borderlands way back when, and this is one of the games that people have been screaming aiming for reprints. We knew that Fantasy Flight had the rights to this, and now they're redoing it. And so you can find out more information about that their site. It's a streamlined type game. I'm very excited because Cosmic is one of my favorite games. I think this design team is kind of like a dream team in game design. They were years ahead of their time, so very excited. I'm thinking about cutting this review section from the news because either I get your guys' hopes up and then we don't review some of the games I talk about, or I review games that I didn't say we were going to talk about. That's because you're never really sure what reviews are going to pop out, at least from my side. Like last week, I really had hoped to do 25 reviews, and I ended up doing 12, but that's partially because we did the top 10 cooperative games of all time, which I thought was pretty cool, and also because just other things happened, and 12 reviews in a week is not bad, but my goal is to at least have 14 out a week, so we'll try. We'll try to do better for you this week. I think I can at least guarantee you that you'll see the expansion, the newest expansion for Ascension, and the Caverns of Roxor for Super Dungeon Explorer. Let's see, Solitaire for 2 looks like it's on the list. Angry Birds, Taikaido. So a few more, some pretty neat games, and maybe more. We'll see. But all that will be coming to you this week. All what? Well, you'll see. For the Dice Tower Network, a lot of podcasts have been released. Secret Cabal number 35, where they take a look at X-Wing, the miniatures game, and they also take a detailed look at a designer. Uwe Rosenberg, probably best known for Agricola and Bonanza, but has designed many great games. The Long View has special guest Joel Eddy, who does a lot of video reviews, and they are talking about Airlines Europe. The Geek All-Stars game takes a flawed and incorrect view of the DC deck building game. Okay, that's not fair. They reviewed DC deck building game from a positive standpoint. You've heard my somewhat negative opinion. Listen to the positive opinion. They're probably right. Ludology, no, they're not. Ludology number 49 has Zach Johnson, one of the designers of one of my favorite online games, Kingdom of Loathing, even though I haven't played it in ages because of time. But they talk about humor in games and how do you infuse humor into the design of a board game. Plaid Hat number 80, they talk about how narrative shapes games. And let's see, this tomorrow, episode 293 of the Dice Tower will be posted. I'll be doing 15 games, talking about 15 games in 15 minutes. Do I make it or not? Eric also talks about several games. Jeff talks about cheating in chess and how to detect it. There's a surprise top 10 list, even though tomorrow's not our top 10 episode. And we also talk about how board game stores should store their games. Okay, great things. You can find all this at DicetowerNetwork.com. It's gonna be a week, that's for sure, between the Kickstarter ending and more reviews to do, more games to play, not to mention we're gearing up to go to TotalCon next week. So if you're in the New England area, I hope to see you there. But don't forget, you can find out all this information at Dicetower.com, and you can always see the top 10 list, including the People's Choice top 10 list. Do you think we're totally incorrect in our top 10 list? Well, then you can go there and you can vote for the top 10 list. I believe right now you can vote for the top 10 convention games. What are the best games, if you go to a board game convention or I guess any convention in general, to play there? And so you have your chance to jump in on that. Well, folks, we appreciate you watching. It's time to get back to recording some more reviews for y'all. Have a fantastic day, a fantastic week, and for those of you up north, please stay warm.
Find all this and more at Dicetower.com. See you soon.
When there's so much entertainment in the world, I don't know why anyone would choose the Dice Tower.